Hey Lidges, just thought I'd do a quick review morning routine. It's just gone 11:30 in the morning. I haven't been logged on today. Looks like we got a nice impulse move off of the London Open. So 8 o'clock we pushed up a little bit, didn't make a new high, we sold off. You can see we've got lots and lots and lots of supply kicking in. X pace, M pace going mad. We've got cumulative delta initially was positive, but then we start to roll over and start to really go negative. If we have a look at the we've got diminishing deltas, so 400 and something, 176, 46 on those waves, and those down waves look normal. But when we get the sell-off, we get the initial impulse move down, and then we start to get the pullback algo. So we've got our pullback stooges, we're getting negative negative delta on the upswing, and we get a nice signal here, and probably on the break of so yes, the value area. So we tested the value area low, we bounced back up, we've got a nice rounded price action there, and then we get the signal, and then on the break of that, that's where you take your trade, your short. You put your stop above here, and you try and manage it, and you see where it goes. That would have been a good trade this morning. So you came all the way down here, and then you start to see at the bottom, you start to see the green M pace kicking in. You see supply kind of dries up. You start to get a bit of demand coming in, not masses of demand, but there's no supply there, and your cumulative delta is still negative. So depending what your target is, let's have a look at targets. So that was 8 o'clock this morning. Have we got anything we can aim for? Not really. We're actually trading into a lot of space here. Look at these candles here. There's a lot of space to trade into there. It's this impulse move down here. It's kind of in no man's land, really. Bottom of this candle, you're underneath here. You're underneath the value area low there, and then you have got some targets. You've got so you've got these low volume candles coming down here. It's interesting. Okay. So there's we're below the dPoc from 1, 2, 3 days ago. That would have been a nice trade this morning had I been logged on. What else have we got? Let's have a look, see if we can get some bias for the day. So we have pushed down. It's not really much going on. Not really much I can tell you here. This is on the 60. We're still cumulative delta negative. It's not a lot there. Let's go on to the 15. To the 15 minute, we're still cumulative delta negative. We've got a bit of supply there, no demand. Same again on the 3 minute. We're hovering around 0 on the cumulative delta. It's currently there's a tiny bit of supply. There has been some supply. Has been some demand. We're just going sideways at the moment. I might just go on. Pause the video. Let's see if anything happens. If anything happens, what I'll do is I'll unpause the video, and then we'll have another look, see if anything interesting happens. Boring at the moment. Apart from that move down, just gone sideways since. Okay, I'm going to pause the video, and I will speak to you in a bit. Okay, I'm pausing the video. It's 11:45. We're just trying. It looks like we're just trying to break out of this range here. If I go across here, so I've got a range here. We've got some. It's all positive across there. We've got a pullback stooges here. Look. Sorry, no, I can't see what that is. To be fair, I need to get my glasses. Yeah, so that's the stooges. So we've got stooges, and then we've got negative on the upswing. There's a bit of positive M pace there, and there's a little bit of cumulative delta negative, but it's not massive, so we're not going to play this until we get something a little bit more concrete. I think it's trying to break out of this range here, just here. I've just got a signal, so I've got pullback stooges there. That's interesting. Nothing on this one. Yeah, so what I might do is I might put a, let's remove that. I'm just going to put a
order submitted.
I stop above there, just in case we get any follow through on that. Yeah, we've got a signal there. Look, we've got pullback stooges, and we're positive on the downswing. Cumulative delta is positive. There's a bit of demand kicking in. It's not massive. I mean, it's a tight range. We've had this impulse move down. We might want to fill this area. So yeah, let's see where we go. First trade of the day. Probably going to get stopped out. We don't care. We'll just keep going, and we'll keep looking. See, I've got pullback here. Got pullback stooges. So if you see this here, deltas diminishing, minus 47, minus 30, minus 6, and then we got positive there. Look, 22. It may break out, it may not. I like to see it when it's if it's locked in. So if the candle closes and the signal's still there after the candle closes, and then we break the range high, and then we got positive cumulative delta, and the M pace is kicking in, and we see some demand, then we can look at going long. But I mean, we've been drifting up, so we're making higher lows. We haven't made a higher high since there, and that's why my entry is above that, because if we do make a higher high, then we're breaking out of this range here as well, which is this little bit of support, probably turn resistance, and then we'll see if we can fill this area. So I'm going to go on pause. This is the boring bit again, and I'll be back in a bit. Restarting the video. Just one thing to note. Always keep an eye on your value areas. Yeah, so we came down, we hit the value area low, we bounced around, we broke through, we came back up, we tested the underside, we drifted down, pushed through, pushed back down, and we're drifting up again. Okay, so to me, currently, if I was looking to trade this, I would be looking to long. I mean, we're coming into lunch here in the UK, so you know, I'm not holding my breath. Oh, there you go, got another signal. So this is basically, we've got we're positive there, we've got Stooges delta, we've got diminishing negative deltas and increasing positive deltas. My trade hasn't been hit yet, I haven't taken it yet. So, and then we've just got a little algo there, which is cool. One thing I don't really like is not all of these are green. So, like I said earlier, I may get stopped out. We may go nowhere. But I do think it's looking to come back and fill this area. That would be my guess, and it is a guess at the minute. Okay, I'm going to go and pause again because this is boring, and we'll be back in a bit. So just restarting the video. My order has been filled about 10 minutes ago, but we've just been drifting sideways, drift of death. It hasn't gone positive yet, so we're still waiting to see. We've got cumulative delta's gone positive though, so I think we're looking to make some sort of a move. Whether it's a big move or I'm going to have to get out is a different matter. So there we go. I've just got another, just to hit another signal. Right. So what I'd like to do is where I like to take trades off of the value areas and the dPoc. Then I will put my stop below the value area, because that's where we were consolidating above, and then I'll put it below a swing just below there, so I can get it quite close to the value area. Looks like we're motoring now. That's interesting. Yeah, we've got some demand kicking in. Patience is key. Didn't actually know if it was going to go this way. It could have reversed. We could have come down again. You just never know, really. Okay, so I'm just going to try and manage this trade. My target is, I'm going to go value area high for now. I will see what happens around the dPoc. If we look like we're going to struggle to get through the dPoc, I may revise this, but I'm going to go value area high. Let's just have a quick look at the ranges. Yeah, I mean, I would expect us to come up, come back down. If we're going to go north, come up, come back down, retest maybe that high there, this area here, and then go north. Or we'll come back, and if we go back into this area and start breaking below the value area low, then I'll look to get out, because that'll mean I was wrong about the move. But we are cumulative delta positive here. Some demand kicking in on the, this is on the ranges and the Renkos. Got a couple of signals, 3 signals now here. So those signals will be, as you can see, got positive numbers on the downswings, positive numbers on the downswings. We've got so you've got stooges with trend, stooges with trend. Cumulative delta positive. M pace is kicking in. Looks good. Trade looks good. So I'm going to go on to pause for a bit, and then we'll be back if something interesting happens a bit later on. So restarting the video. I've just had another signal on the 15 minute. So I've got 2 signals on the 15 minutes. So something is going on. We're still cumulative delta. It looks negative to me there, but it could be. Yeah, it does look. Yeah, it is negative. But yeah, we just picked up a couple of signals on the 15, so something is happening. I think we're definitely going to hit the dPoc. Maybe we'll take the value area high, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna have a look at the ranges again. Probably move my stop up in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go video on pause. This looks like it's slowing down. Okay, restarting the video. It's 12:48, so just into the afternoon in the UK. I like the fact that we've gone up. We've consolidated around this area here, see this low before the sell-off. But the good thing is we've consolidated and we're making higher lows and higher highs. We haven't gone down to test the MAs yet, so I like that, but we're not far enough away for me to bring my stop up just yet. So I'm going to leave my stop where it is, and then we'll see where we go. Cumulative delta positive. Demand, there's no, yeah, demand is there a little bit. No supply at the minute. Oops, absolutely nothing here, which is awesome. Means we can try and stay in the trade. See if we get any negative signals, and then we can get out. But my target is still, yeah, still up there, value area high. Okay, I'm going to go on pause, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Restarting the video. It's about 1:15 in the UK. We've got core inflation out of the US at 1/2 now. The volatility could take me out. I'm inclined to stay in because my stop's down here below the value area. If we come down and we get stopped out, then we just have to wait until the volatility calms down and then see where we go. But let's have a look. Yeah. It's not obvious where we're going. I mean, we're definitely up near the dPoc, but we're not there yet. The value area high is quite close as well, and then there's just a load of chop here. So on a normal day, I may just bring my stop down onto here, but I want to see. I want to see what comes out with the CPI. Okay, that's in 10 minutes, so I'm going to go on to pause for a bit. Okay, I've just had another long signal. We've got around 3 minutes to the CPI print. I've moved my target right up to the top of this range here, because obviously with the weakening of the dollar and the Fed talking about pausing, I'm just wondering if there's some core inflation data that they know about that we don't know about. So we're expecting 5%, I think, for CPI. Any more than 5%, and we go down and I get stopped. Any less than 5, and hopefully we go up. But you never know. You don't know what's priced in. I don't know what's priced in. You know, I've seen lots of info on Twitter with all the big banks. Everyone has got their CPI prints at above 5. So yeah, let's see if they're right or not. Okay, we've got a minute and a half, so I'm just going to leave this running now. Let's go up to the. It's got another buy signal. Yes, the cumulative delta is still negative on the 60. It's negative on the 15 as well. Yeah, we're just going to go sideways for a bit until we get the print. I'm going to go on to the Renkos because it's just easier to trade with volatility on the Renkos. We've got just under a minute now. Cumulative delta over here, look, and on the current candle, all positive. MAs are positive there. Right, CPI print, boom. Wait for it to click up. 4.9, it's lower. Wow, okay. That's interesting. Oh wow, look at that volatility. Oh my god. I Moving my stop up very quickly in a second. Right, if we break this high here, I'm bringing my stop up underneath here. Right, we've broke the high. Moving it up. So I'm underneath the dPoc now. So that's a miss, isn't it? That's a miss. So do I go higher than that? I can't really see much higher than that without mucking around with the focus on the charts, which I'm not going to do. Too much volatility. Yeah, I've got some more buy signals here. Right, I'm going to move my stop up to value area high below this swing there. Shit, look at that candle. Boom. We'll wait to see if it puts in another sideways range, and then we'll look for some negative signals. I'm glad I moved my target. So my original target was here, so that's where my stop is. So yeah, look at the signals all out there. Signal there as well. It's always good being on the right side of news. As you will have seen from some of my other videos, you can be on the wrong side of it as well, and you get stopped out. And then I can't remember, it was middle of last week, I got stopped out on some I think it was German inflation. I got stopped out on that, but I carried on and traded, and we picked up a decent win in the afternoon. Yeah, so I need to decide where I'm gonna get out. Really, we're making higher highs there. Look, I think if we come back below here into this range, then I'll think about closing out. Okay, I'm going to go on pause. I'm going to see where this comes down. And I start looking to, it depends what it does. Depends how far it comes down. I'm going to start using the swings and take my stop up slowly. Okay, so I'm going to go on pause and see what happens. Okay, so we did come down into the MAs. We had a little bit of supply kicking in. Wasn't massive. Thought we might consolidate around this area, but then we started to push back up, and I was thinking about bringing my stop up.
Target filled.
There you go. I was just bringing my stop up, and we've just blown it out of the water completely. Right, where's it going then? Yeah, that's a decent trade. Wow. Volatility's really kicked in here. It's really quite difficult to manage a trade when it's this volatile. But you've got to have a plan. And my plan was to see what it did. We pushed through to this area. See what it did. We came down. I was thinking about bringing my stop up. But then we started to go, the ranges started to expand again, and we started to go back up. So I held off for a bit to see if it was going to break this high. It did. I was just about to bring my stop up, and then we just shot straight through to target. So being on the right side of news, brilliant. We got some really nice clear signals earlier on. We had the Stooges with trend, positive deltas on the downswings, Stooges here as well, break of the range, impulse move down. I like to, if we're heading in that direction, if you get an impulse move down, that's a good area to trade into. Okay, I did not expect it to go up here. I didn't know what the CPI, the print was going to be. It was on our side. We could have got stopped out. It could have gone either way. So that's kind of a little bit of a risky trade, but we had one the other day, and we were on the right side of a print. So you know, these are worth taking as long as you've got a decent stop. You're not too far away. If you get stopped out, just stay out for a bit and see what the market's going to do. Okay, if you like that video, as always, like and subscribe below. Leave comments as well. I'll always answer comments. Anything to do with the way I use Mbox Wave, the way I use NinjaTrader, the way I use levels, the way I use MAs. I mean, people frown on MAs, but that gives me an idea of the direction of the market. It's just, you can look at it, you can have a quick look and you can say, right, okay, I'm going down, I'm below the MAs, I'm going up, I'm above the MAs. It's not, you'd never trade off that. You always trade with confluence. I like to have at least 3 or 4 pieces of confluence, sometimes more. You know, you never really know where the market's going to go. You can have a guess, and like I did on some of my trades last week, I was trading levels off of tweezers. You know, put in a tweezer and you trade away from it. Let's see if I can find an example. Can't really see much here because the chart has expanded quite a lot, and we've auto adjusted. Just having a look for some tweezers. Yeah, good examples of tweezers anyway in the middle of the day, because if you're out of the London session or out of the New York session, you don't know where they're going to go. Right, so yeah, is an interesting one here. So there's a tweezer there. So you've had a move down. So this is later on in the day, the UK time. It's like 5 o'clock. So you've made a move down, and then you're drifting up. You can see these higher lows, and then you put in a tweezer, and then you can trade off of that. When you break the high of that, you trade off of that, and you put your stop below the tweezer. If it comes back below the tweezer, you're wrong. You stop out or whatever, and then you can just ride it up, and then you just bring your stop up. So once it started going sideways and then broke that high there, I'd have brought my stop up underneath here, maybe if underneath this candle, and then you get like an impulse move up there, and you get another tweezer there. So you bring your stop up underneath that tweezer, okay, and then you put a tweezer in on the top. Okay, so now you're in a situation where you've got a tight range, so you don't know where it's going to go. Tweezer bottom, tweezer top. If you break out, you can carry on. If you come back below, you're stopped out, and look what it does. It comes back down, back below. You're stopped out, but you're in from down here. So that's a decent mini trade, you know. And you're going into the POC, so that's fine. So the POC tends to attract price. Once you consolidate inside the value area, you can look to go towards the POC. I mean, it doesn't always work, of course it doesn't, but the majority of the times it will head in that direction. So yeah, that's how I play tweezers as well. So there's loads of things you can do to try and get into the market before a print, and try and get on the right side of the market, and then get yourself a decent stop. And then if the print goes in your favour, brilliant. If it doesn't, you know, who cares? We can trade. So I mean, it's only coming up for 2 p.m. in the UK. We've got the whole afternoon. We've got the open in 45 minutes, and there might be some trading opportunities off of that as well. Okay, so bit of a long-winded video, that one. If you liked what I'm talking about, like and subscribe below, leave a comment, I'll always answer, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, ledgers.